I remain a loyal member and the duly elected Secretary General of the ODM party. I remain committed to the struggle for a fair, just and democratic Kenya.
The membership of this party to stand firm and resist the efforts by President William Ruto to hostilely take over this party. We will not allow him. And I had said that if Sifuna goes, I will also go. I want to say that these members have agreed that we will fight the war, and we still recognize Sifuna as our legitimate Secretary General, as you will discover shortly.
This is Havana Media, where political silence is broken. And today, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, is that ODM is not divided anymore. It is bleeding from within. And just after the public announcement of the removal of ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna from office, Senator Edwin Sifuna has dropped a political bombshell, accusing sections of ODM of turning Raila Odinga's party into an extension of State House. And his words seemed very brutal, his words seemed very emotional and also explosive. But now, let us break it down step by step. In a fair statement, Sifuna declared that regardless of whatever political deals Raila Odinga made with the past regimes, he would never have allowed ODM to become a rubber stamp for State House.
It is painful to note that sections of the party continue to desecrate the legacy and memory of Raila by turning this party into a theater of the illegal. Just last week, on 3rd February, a Gazette notice was released purporting to legitimize the recent changes in party leadership, with the rider asking for public input within 7 days, even though the stated date had lapsed by 3 weeks. Essentially, those who now purport to run the party are aware that, for instance, the new party leader was installed unprocedurally and unconstitutionally. These shortcuts and illegal edicts reflect the bad manners that progressive institutions and individuals pick up as soon as they get cozy with William Ruto. I leave it to the party members to judge if this really is the path that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga had set for us, just 4 months after his death.
That is not a small accusation. He is essentially saying that ODM has lost its spine. And according to Sifuna, decisions are now being made after receiving instructions from the regime. That is a political dynamite. He also goes further and saying that it is painful to watch Raila's legacy being discredited, turning the party into what he calls a theater of illegality. And those words, they are not just heavy words from a senior party figure. But even what is the most controversial part, Sifuna claims that the new party leader, who is Oburu Odinga, was installed unprocedurally and unconstitutionally. That means he is questioning not just decisions, but legitimacy. And in politics, when legitimacy is questioned, the foundation itself shakes.
I remain a loyal member and the duly elected Secretary General of the ODM party. I remain committed to the struggle for a fair, just and democratic Kenya. As I navigate this period, I ask for your prayers and goodwill, but most importantly, for all of you to remain vigilant in guarding the freedoms that Raila Odinga taught us never to compromise over. We are the generation that will reach Canaan, as envisaged by the late Raila Odinga, and nothing will distract us from this endeavor. I am grateful to all of you for all the messages of support, and I want to assure you that we will be back to the grassroots, bigger and more energized, beginning this Sunday in Kitengela.
But Sifuna even didn't stop there. He suggested that these shortcuts reflect what happens when progressive leaders get cozy with President William Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no longer ordinary party disagreement. This is a war over Raila Odinga's legacy. But now the bigger question is Sifuna defending ODM's soul, or is he isolating himself politically?
I am surprised that Honorable Buru told us that he needed to consult further. That consultation, he did not consult it with other key stakeholders in the party, but they proceeded that night to State House to consult William Ruto. And that's why 2 of us did not attend the next meeting in Mombasa, because we were waiting for feedback from Honorable Buru as to whether the next meeting in Mombasa is happening or not. I am surprised that they went ahead and made very, very critical decision of removing Honorable Sifuna as the SG. I want to call upon the membership of this party to stand firm and resist the efforts by President William Ruto to hostilely take over this party. We will not allow him. We will not allow him to have his way. And I know that many other leaders are going to join this cause. So we want to ask our members, especially in our stronghold, to remain calm, that Sifuna is going nowhere. And I had said that if Sifuna goes, I will also go. I want to say that these members have agreed that we will fight the war, and we still recognize Sifuna as our legitimate Secretary General, as you will discover shortly. We want to say that there is a pair in this party which is an axis of evil. They know themselves, I'm not going to mention their name, who are working day and night to assist William Ruto to wreck this party. We will not allow you. And that's why we are saying, from this weekend, we are going to the people. We are going to our supporters, starting with Kitengela on Sunday, and on 21st, we are going to Vihiga, Kakamega, and Bungoma.
History shows us something. When political parties begin fighting over legacy, they risk splitting permanently. If ODM is seen as aligning too closely with State House, it changes Kenya's entire opposition landscape.
I want to condemn the leaders who did this. We know what Baba stood for. Baba stood for justice. Baba stood for fair hearing and trial. And the meeting that took place in Mombasa was an illegal meeting. That was a kangaroo meeting that was set up to remove the current Secretary General of ODM, Edwin Sifuna, from office. I want to state that these leaders were seen at one point in Mombasa taking sacred oath to uphold and protect the party constitution, the same constitution that they are violating. There was no proper procedure that was followed. And I want to state that there is no way that illegal office holders can remove a legal office holder, SecGen, from office.
But if Sifuna's rebellion grows, it could spark internal reform or full-blown rebellion. But either way, ODM will not be the same again. Is Edwin Sifuna trying to protect Raila Odinga's vision, or is this just the beginning of his political isolation? Make sure that you comment below, like the videos, share and subscribe. But remember, this is Havana Media, and when legacy meets power, sparks fly. My name is Odwor Billy. Keep an eye on Havana Media, and we will tell you what is going on and what is expected to happen after the declaration of Edwin Sifuna, not even the Secretary General of ODM. Until next time, see you in the next episode.